Hello and welcome to the 13th instalment of the Delayed Kickoff podcast with me, Charlie Griffiths, and of course the man to my opposite, Maximus Marriott Smith, who is currently...
yes, the studio is free tomorrow, Chaz, so we can fucking record. Oh,
Yeah,
I've already done it, haven't I?
I know,
this is going to have
yeah.
to be the news episode because I've sworn.
Yeah, well, it was going to be the news episode.
Oh,
I
right,
was
sorry,
I was on the messenger to Josh, who is Nerve Podcast. We are partnered with Nerve Podcast. Nice little segue, but I was like, might need to put this one down as explicit, and he's like, yeah, most podcasts are. I'm like, yeah, nice. He also said his opinion on the offside that we discussed last week. Let me just get it up.
Oh, what did he say?
I'm just getting it up. I've messaged myself.
Didn't he get
recently.
fucked on his 21st birthday? He got absolutely fucked. That's what I saw.
He couldn't do his radio show because he got a bit on the pissed.
Hang on a minute.
Let's
I've
just
just
say
got to
that.
check which radio studio this is.
Okay, that's a good point actually. Right, well, I'll inform the viewers of what.
You actually need to fucking fill out a risk assessment to use this one. I don't know why.
Just put a normal one down.
Why?
I don't know.
Why the fuck would you need to fill out a risk assessment to sit in this one when that one there has got a fucking mic and a button that if you press it, it plays out to the whole university?
What room?
Doesn't make
Which
sense.
studio is this?
We're in Studio 3.
Okay, I like 3. This is our home.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but we're going to be in that one next week, mate.
are we?
Tomorrow.
Are we?
11 till 12? Yeah, it's 11 till 12, mate.
We have lectures 11 till 12. No, we don't. We've got a break, haven't we? Is it the break? Break. Is that break? Yes, 9 till
Yeah, there
10,
is
10 to
break.
11 break. Podcast. Okay, sweet. Right, anyway, back to it. He said, what is the date? He thinks VAR should bring the daylight rule back to the attacker has been clearly ahead of the defender with a gap of grass. I think it should be offside if it's part of the body you score with. If you score with your right foot, which is onside but left wasn't, it should count, or either foot onside, arm offside should count still. Kind of get what that means. And then he says, also, it's not even accurate as they can't show when the ball leaves the foot. Pitch side monitors will shout to give the power back to the ref. Also, the red card thing on Lascelles on Dave was an absolute joke. Which
Dave.
It was. Dave.
Azpilicueta.
Yes.
They all call him Dave.
Not the actual Dave that won Brit Awards. Did he win Brit Awards? He won a Brit Award for the album, Psychodrama.
I'm not sure.
I think he won.
We're journalists, mate. I can't believe you don't know this.
Well, that's not our area of speciality. Well, it is a little. I don't know. Who cares? Not me.
I need to take my fucking jacket off. It's so hot.
I don't know. You couldn't have done this before the right. We're spending too long. Well,
Yeah,
gonna
we're
be a long
waffling now.
No,
Fucking waffling, Chaz. Come on.
I know we have a lot to get through, but he said I asked him if he thinks Chelsea would still get fourth. This was after the which game did they lose? Bournemouth, I think. No, it wasn't.
No,
Bournemouth.
he drew 2-2. Marcus Alonso got a goal. Joshua King and someone else got a goal.
Yeah.
I fucking remember
but
for
it was the week before. They lost, not to United, but to was it Tottenham? No. Oh, I don't even know. But he said, yeah, we should still be fourth. I think City will get reduced to 1 year, but surely they can't get out of it. We shall get a transfer ban. Sets a statement that teams will get caught out. Only a matter of time before PSG get caught. Absolutely. So, Josh from the podcast. Oh my word, that's woken everybody up. Who has fell asleep in my droning voice? Right, let's go straight in to the hello. I've got a message from our latest fan. Did you tell him I was not happy with his views on Sancho? Oh yeah, he wasn't happy with your view on Sancho and Cantwell.
Yeah, good.
Thinking Cantwell should be. Anyway.
Oh, did he respond? Is he related to Thogden?
He's not related to Thogden though.
Oh, shout out Thogden. Fuck off.
You're not a fan? Anyway.
No, I'm not a Thug fan.
How about we actually get on to the news? How about why we're all here? This news is in the worst order possible. Daniel Sturridge has had his Trabzonspor contract.
Trabzonspor.
That's not how you say it. Contract
It's
terminated following 6-month ban because he breached betting rules. Daniel Sturridge. Bit of a weird one to begin. Turkish club, obviously, as you say. And people get found out all the time for this, especially footballers. You see a lot of stories.
Yeah.
What's your take on this?
Well, I think, to be honest, if he was going to go anywhere, if he wasn't banned, he would have gone to Rangers.
That's good thinking.
Yeah. But Rangers aren't on the best form at the minute, as everyone knows.
Did you see Ewan on Twitter? Yeah, it's when it was announced.
Yeah.
It was like
He
6-month contract for
tweeted out
Liverpool.
6-month contract for Daniel Sturridge, please, at LFC, and then he put maybe not.
That was like you when you were like praising Olympiacos.
Oh yeah, I was like, Olympiacos, I'm beaten domestically, and then found out we had him in the draw, and I've just put shit in response.
Yeah, so he's a good player. I think but he's banned for 6 months. Is he nearing retirement? It's kind of hard to tell what age Daniel Sturridge is, but he's around the 30 mark, probably.
Yeah, 29, 30-ish.
Yeah, which is sort of peak to beginning to tail off as a striker. Anyway, so that's basically that. The big news, which we will cover briefly because it is the big question. We'll just talk about the concept and then who we think deserves to be in it in the big question. Is the Premier League announced the Hall of Fame with the first 2 names set to be announced later this month in March. So obviously we'll talk about who we think should be in it in the big question later on. But right now, what do you think about this concept? Do you think that it was needed?
Yeah, it's a good idea. I think definitely it's needed, and it would give players something to strive towards a bit more, I suppose, and it opens up a lot of marketing opportunities for the Premier League and a lot of marketing opportunities for the clubs and the players that will get in there. So
they
need
something like
very
this.
good idea.
That's kind of like the top award. You can win all the. Yeah, and I've said this on Twitter. We should not take this into like a joke.
No,
I've seen
it shouldn't be
like,
a joke. Like,
I'll put
people are saying, put Papis Cisse in there, put Tarat in there. And they were good players, but they didn't really do much while they were in the Premier League.
And like it was like, put Gareth Barry in there because he's made the most appearances. Just because he's made the most appearances, I don't think.
Exactly. He's not exactly.
But
the
we'll
best
talk more
ever.
on who should be there later on. But as a concept, I think it's good because as you said, it's something to strive towards.
Yeah, I think David Moyes should be in there.
We could talk about that later.
Yeah.
UEFA Nations League draw. There's a lot of draws.
Yeah, Finland have got a fucking horrible group.
Finland have Wales, Republic of Ireland and Bulgaria, while England have Iceland, Denmark and Belgium. They're the only teams I feature because there's a long list. And we've already got quite a long list of
Scotland
stuff to get through. I don't know. I looked. I just can't get it off the top of my head. I'll have a look now. But
Gareth McCauley's side got...
obviously, you are... Finland, you've made that pretty damn clear on this podcast. So what do you think of getting drawn against British side Wales, Republic of Ireland and Bulgaria?
I'm not going to lie to you, I'm probably going to go to those games.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go to the Wales game, yeah.
Republic of Ireland's not the world away, is it? So
yeah, exactly, yeah. If I can find out when the games are, I think I'll probably go to them, yeah.
What's your opinion on the Nations League? Because it's quite controversial, isn't it? Some people like it, some people hate it. It's a bit like Marmite. What's your opinion on it?
Indifferent. To me, it doesn't count as an international trophy.
Oh no, it's
near
not
old enough. I mean, the home Nations League was obviously a bit around till early 1980s, late 1980s, and then Scotland and Wales and that tried to get it together again, but they couldn't. And excuse me. And shout out Mark Goldbridge, I guess.
For what?
Shout out Mark Goldbridge.
Why? He responded to it, Max.
Did he?
Well, him or someone else. I think it might have been him.
What did he say?
Because Max is doing a
shout out Max
fan channels for his feature.
Yeah.
And he contacted loads. And I think he said Mark got back to him, I think. Scotland have...
fuck all hope of qualifying for the Euros. Haha.
That's not even the... Hang on.
This podcast's going really well so far.
It really is.
We started out so professionally and it's just gone off the cliff.
It's good. Anyway, this is a bit of a big talking point, actually. All Italian sport, obviously including Serie A because it is football, have been...
Syria?
Serie A.
Oh.
To be played behind closed doors due to the outbreak of the coronavirus. Now,
Italy's kind of gone into time till we see that in the Premier League.
Italy's
UEFA
kind of gone into shutdown, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. I think UEFA are probably going to call off all the games.
Yeah.
All the Champions League, Europa League games to stop the spread. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because it's not killing people, is it?
No, but
only 3% of people have actually died.
It's still a virus. You don't
want
to be
it.
quarantined.
It makes you feel like shit. Excuse me. I'm Oh, really bad cold. Yeah, you just don't want it, mate.
Czech Republic, Slovakia, and Israel. That's who Scotland's group, right? Anyway,
Oh, right.
back to it.
What about the Gareth McCauley international team?
No.
What have they got?
I'll hit you with this tripod. I will not. That's not a threat.
Will you hurry up, please? I'll hit you with my shoe.
That was a bad impression. I thought it was Tommy from
12th Doctor, mate.
Come Fly With Me.
Will you hurry up, please? I'll hit you with my shoe.
That's still a bad impression.
It's a great impression.
I've lost where outbreak. Coronavirus. So obviously a lot of sport has been postponed. The Chinese Grand Prix has been postponed.
Being away for a while.
A lot of the Six Nations. The Euros are maybe in doubt. Maybe even the Olympics are going to be in doubt because of this. We don't know how long it's going to last for.
Despite myself and Charlie being away for 2 weeks at this stage? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's being uploaded.
It's 2 weeks. Should be at the weekend.
We're both absolutely fine. Bournemouth hasn't as yet copped it, but I'm sure.
It's slow. It's not.
I'm sure we won't be
fatal.
uploading again.
There's 3% people do die, but not.
Yeah.
Loads. It's not the big spoil, but it is an outbreak. You do have to be quarantined. Wash your hands.
So be careful.
Happy birthday.
Wash your hands. Wear masks.
Yes.
It's airborne.
Yes, airborne and touch. So be wary.
Do you see that infamous United football Twitter account, Rizzy United? He's got a mask.
Yes, he used to. I think he's gone now.
Oh no, he's got one now.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he actually have?
Yeah, he's bought a mask.
Oh, fair enough.
Surgical mask.
Okay, it makes sense. You just got to take precautions. Obviously, if you are listening and you're affected by the coronavirus, we wish you well. And stay safe out there. But in terms of
you must be really fucking bored in quarantine if you listen to us too. But
yeah, true.
Yeah. No, but
although
Jamie's left
ear is not functioning at the moment, so he thinks he might have it, but I don't think he does.
No, but obviously, all the best if you have got it.
Yes.
Whether you're listening to us or not, I don't know where you're listening from, but all the best. I hope you're okay.
In terms of this is big impact into football because it is playing behind closed doors. I do think that's stage one. I think the next stage is just calling everything off.
Yeah,
and I think they will have to do that eventually. Whether they do it in the Premier League, I don't know. How many? There's 10 games left, isn't there? 9 games left. So it depends. It's predicting what side a coin's going to land on. You don't know where the coronavirus is going to go next. So
yeah, because it could go to could go anywhere.
There's some in America. It's all over the world in small batches. It can obviously expand. That's what viruses do.
I feel like we're chatting shit at this point.
I don't.
We're really dragging this out.
We are indeed.
No, honestly, be safe.
Be safe, and all Italian sport playing behind closed doors. Maybe next week we'll be reporting it's cancelled. Who knows? Eric Dyer decided to jump the stands and confront a fan after
fair play
losing.
to him for getting that Lamella's penalty. I mean, Jesus. Sorry.
Right, so
inappropriate. But
there is two conflicting stories about this.
I've heard multiple stories. I've heard that
it's either Gedson Fernandez was racially abused and he's
both
defending
stories, however, are just like what? Because how would he have heard? So I think it's the brother story because he would have seen his brother being
true. But obviously, as a professional, you shouldn't do that. But there's that sort of. It's kind of a dumbed down version of the Zinedine Zidane headbutt incident, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because they said something about Zidane's family, and Zidane obviously infamously headbutted the opponent and Materazzi, and he lost it. Yeah. And obviously, that was what one of the things he's known for. This is obviously not because there wasn't any actual physical contact, but there was a scuffle, I think it's safe to say. But he jumped the stands. You shouldn't do that.
No.
But
unless you're giving a top away to a
and I was reading something that it's actually because the game, as soon as the referee leaves the pitch, not the stadium, the pitch, he is not in control, I don't think. So he was not responsible for that. He's not responsible for that decision to report it or anything. I think it goes down to someone else, maybe a higher power or something. But it's definitely risky for Eric Dyer.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
It was caught up with, obviously, what his brother was alleged to be said about. And also, you've also got the situation with the loss.
Yes. And
that affecting his emotions.
Yeah.
We will get on to the loss
100%
later. And finally, I just chucked this one in there late. Yes?
I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to move on to the next bit of news. What is the next bit of news?
Just the last little bit that Lucas Torreira has fractured his ankle after the cup win against Portsmouth.
That was a nice tackle to be on the end of. But
Yeah, it's unfortunate. A lot of people are getting injured. I think De Bruyne might miss the derby this Sunday because...
Yeah, thank God for you, mate. Flipping out. Liverpool going to lose this weekend?
They are playing Crystal Bournemouth at Anfield. No, they won't lose. They might draw. No, they'll look their win. So, yeah, that's just a bit of news to update everyone on. Lucas Torreira is a big player for Arsenal, I think. He's a good midfielder.
Yeah, 100%.
And Arsenal, of course, out in the Europa League. Everything, well, they're still
in
in
all
the FA Cup.
fairness,
Everything rides on the top 4 place.
Who currently is sorry. Who currently is
What is
Arteta's midfield? He's changed it a bit, hasn't he? Because obviously he had a falling out with
You've got
Guendouzi.
Ceballos, haven't you?
Ceballos, yeah.
Xhaka.
Torreira.
Ozil.
Ozil.
Ozil's getting more game time under Arteta than he did under Emery. So
he's doing absolutely fuck all.
Yes. So that's just around a bit of news, and we move on to. We'll just cover a few results. So results: Champions League, Real Madrid 1, Manchester City 2.
Yes.
Opinions on this? They were 1-0 down. They scored 2 late goals.
Fucking hilarious because I hate Real Madrid.
We all know you hate Real Madrid,
They are my most disliked team.
including Aston Villa, West Brom, Leicester City.
They are my most disliked team.
They
genuinely are my most disliked team. I really do not like Real Madrid. I think they cheated themselves to all of their last 3 Champions Leagues. I think they've just.
What's your opinion on
themselves
Sergio Ramos?
Well, he's not a footballer, is he? He's not. He's really not. He's just a filthy, dirty player. He's the only good thing about him is his tackling. Even that's shit. Like it really is. If I ever met Ramos, I
would not get in a fight
I think
with
it
him.
would come to blows.
Now, that is a day we wish. Anyway, so obviously 2 teams who can go on and win the Champions League. You would think Real Madrid and Manchester City. The second leg's at the Etihad.
Manchester City.
Yes, I don't know why I went there, but where do you think the second leg will go? Because Man City have the 2 away goals.
Hopefully at the Etihad, mate. I mean,
no, but what result do you see? Do you see City progressing? Do you see Madrid
I actually
progressing?
see Madrid progressing.
Do you really?
With the help of VAR and whichever referee.
Okay. I think we should move
really
on.
See Madrid progressing. Yeah, I think we should as well. I think that's a wise idea.
Note to self: never talk about Real Madrid again. Leon, won.
Oh, we done the
Juventus.
foreign ones as well. I thought
0.
we were doing the English.
Well,
British
we'll
teams.
just mention them and then we'll talk.
Okay, Leon Juventus, 2-0 Juventus.
We're not we can predict. So you think Juventus are going to go through because they'll be at the San Siro?
Yeah.
Not San Siro, but
The Allianz Arena.
it's going to be played behind
it's
closed
not
doors,
the Allianz
isn't
Arena,
it?
it's the Allianz Stadium. Oh, mate, we've just had 5 seconds of pure shit. Yeah,
But
it's a bit unfair on the
Bayern's the
Leon fans.
Allianz Arena.
Yeah, but Juventus is like the Allianz Stadium or the Allianz Park.
Yeah, but you said Allianz Arena.
All right, sorry. It's the same
It's
thing,
a brilliant
innit?
stadium. Anyway, but surely it's going to be played behind closed doors because it's in Italy.
Yeah.
Juventus and Leon, so that might be a big effect.
But I doubt the Leon fans are going to like that.
No, they're not. Will it be televised? I guess there'll probably be allowed cameras in, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chelsea 0, Bayern 3. Big result. Serge Gnabry on the domination again.
Mm.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
Scored more
great
goals in
game.
London than Lacazette this season.
Yeah. And Nicolas Pepe.
Anyway, so we move on. Napoli 1, Barca 1. We didn't really talk about Chelsea. But
Yeah, Messi keeps disappearing in the big games, which I think Adama Traore needs to go to Barcelona. And that way they can...
I'm just asking, what's your opinion on Adama Traore? Because it seems to change. You think sometimes he's overrated, sometimes he's good.
I just think he's a bang average player.
Bang average player.
I'm joking, obviously I don't. I think he very much changes the side when he plays.
Yes.
Dynamic, seems to be a bit more high tempo when he plays. Sort of, he can change the pace of the game when he comes on, down the right wing particularly. Him and Doherty have a very good link up, but I would like to see. He has only scored 6 goals this season, and I would like to see more of Daniel Podence, who can play on either wing. I wouldn't as much as I hate to say it, I wouldn't drop Diogo Jota at the minute because he's in good form.
Yes, I'm going to give you a minute now to make a public apology to Diego Jota. I'll tell him
I'm apologising for absolutely nothing, mate, because you had some truly terrible moments this season, and I think that's completely fair enough. What I've tweeted out. Then maybe, but now you're proving to me that you are the player you were last season. You've still got a good link up with Mr. Raul Jimenez.
Kind of the reason you're into Europa League last 16.
And you're absolutely the reason we're into the Europa League last 16. Exactly. But I wouldn't mind seeing Daniel Podence getting more of a start because I thought he was very good against Espanyol.
There we go.
We're basically just giving a match review for Wolves 3.
Yeah.
Wolves 2, Espanyol 3, so...
Well, we'll come on to that, surely. Yeah. And we will. Yeah. Now, perfect segue. Let's talk a bit more about Espanyol 3.
Do you know what you're saying
2.
Today?
Yeah.
Segue.
That's what it's called. A little segue in.
Segment. Segue.
No, a segue when
it moves along.
Yeah, but it's also when you go from one place to another. That's why a segue. So you're going from one topic to another. Nice little link. Nice little segue. It's a thing, believe me. Anyway.
I'll believe you because you're wearing an Apple Watch.
I know. I changed the face, look. Oh, it's gone.
Oh,
series involved. Series involved. Talk about Wolves. Talk about Wolves and Espanyol while I fix this.
Yeah, what a shit game. I mean, it was a good game. I've heard the police weren't great out in Spain, but when are they? Anyways, but very good game. Obviously, good to see Podence get involved with 2 goals. Good to see him get a start. He's trying to prove himself to Nuno, trying to get into the first team, which is obviously quite hard considering the form of all of our wingers at the minute. Even Pedro Neto. Excuse me, I'm really ill. Not sure what with.
Let's hope it's not the coronavirus.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Have you sorted it yet?
Yeah, I just took it off and put it back on again. It's a high score in 2 games. That's 6-3 on aggregate to Wolves full time. That's good.
Quite happy, yeah. I was very happy with that.
I didn't feature the Europa League draw, my bad, but we'll talk about Wolves Olympiacos a little bit. We did.
I do think that we aren't going to go through.
You're not confident?
I've got a spare ticket for the home leg if you want to join me. Anyone wants to join me?
If you're a Wolves fan or an Olympiacos fan?
Yeah. If anyone actually wants to join me, though, I do have a spare ticket for the home leg. So
Jack Griffin will go.
I mean, 84 quid train fare.
Ooh.
Fuck. Oh, I've got to get my student ticket tonight.
What student ticket?
My student discount ticket.
For?
Train.
Oh, I thought you just...
Don't get third off. It only cost me like 50 quid. Well, only. That's still fucking ridiculous amount of money, but anything for the Wolves.
Celtic and Arsenal both out. Arsenal, of course, lost to Olympiacos.
Yeah.
2-1.
Wait,
2-2 on aggregate. And Celtic lost 4-2 on aggregate to Copenhagen. So you're doing something weird. So I'm going to go and talk about this. I was shocked. I said last week, as a lot of people have pointed out, I think Arsenal and Man United would have been the Europa League final. It wasn't. Shock knockout for Arsenal, I think. I don't think anybody was quite expecting that. But you've got to ask yourself,
what more could Paul Pogba be doing?
It's the accent every time.
What more could Paul Pogba be doing?
You're there is variations of the Scottish accent. And you're just going straight.
Yeah, but Chaz,
all the time. Yes.
What more could Paul Pogba be doing?
Well, he could be signing for Arsenal and helping the midfield crisis because it's not really, it's not a crisis. They played their strong team as well. And you had Pepe, Ozil, Lacazette, Aubameyang, all of them were there.
I've got to do some maths quick. So
okay. But Arsenal 55. Did go out, and that's a shock. And it's one of the big teams out. Celtic, I think everybody kind of expected them to go out. Copenhagen, I swear they play Copenhagen every year, don't they?
Huh?
I swear they play Copenhagen every night.
Celtic? Oh, no, it's Rosenborg, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Copenhagen, obviously managed by former Wolves manager Stale the Prick Solbakken.
Absolutely
bombed us out the FA Cup in 2014 2013 at the hands of Luton Town, who were at the time in the Vanarama National League South. No, not South.
North.
National.
Just the National.
Just the National.
2 more games just to quickly touch upon. Rangers 1-0. They're through. They got a massive comeback at the Ibrox.
Their home form is absolutely appalling. They lost 1-0 to Hamilton Academical last night.
They have dropped off in the Scottish League, but a good chance maybe to focus a little bit more on the Europa League.
I don't think they're going to go through. They're Bayer Leverkusen, mate.
Yeah,
That's a tough draw.
Tough draw. But Braga was quite tough. Didn't
Yeah.
Wolves have them in the group? So
Yeah, I think we did, yeah.
So
Well, yeah, we
that.
did. We drew 3-3 after being 3-0 up.
who scored?
And,
Oh no, it wasn't
lost 1-0 at home.
that. Oh yeah,
Who
that wasn't
scored? It was Adama, Doherty, and
probably Jota.
it was Jota.
Jota hat-trick against Besiktas actually. Anyway, and finally, Man United 5, Club Brugge 0. And I was pointing out
It's
that
not
you
Club Brugge, it's Club Brugge.
Brugge.
Yeah.
Well, you said Club Brugge last week apparently.
Did I?
Yeah.
According
I was
to who?
messaged according to my source.
What source you got, mate?
According to the comment section, no. Yeah. No.
Shit for Rick and Morty. They're doing it at McDonald's soon, apparently.
What?
That Schwezuin sauce.
Aren't you leaving McDonald's?
Yeah, big announcement. No. Yes, maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
I might be leaving McDonald's to go to another McDonald's.
Well, yeah, but you got to keep the McDonald's uniform because you're going to have to come in and when the Wolves go
Yeah,
qualify for
moving on.
Europa
What's
League.
the next game?
We're going to talk about the League Cup final. And Aston Villa, of course, lost.
Yep.
And the smile on your face
Yep.
is going from ear to ear.
Yeah.
And Manchester City 1-1 at Wembley.
Thank God for that.
Thank God. At that point, when they were 2-1 and Villa were pressing in like the 80th minute on to the 90th minute, do you think maybe that you were on the edge of you were basically a Man City fan then because you hate Aston Villa? We know.
Nah, I wouldn't call myself a City fan. I'd
No,
just call
but
myself
for that
a
game, you
neutral.
desperately wanted Man City
I'd
to
just
win.
call myself a neutral that wanted City to win.
True. Well, I wanted Villa to win because obviously Manchester and obviously they were the underdogs. They did well.
Yeah, they played quite well. They can take a lot of heart from their performance. And
Yes. Grealish.
move on to
I
the
wasn't that
game
impressed with
against
Jack
whoever the
Grealish's
fuck they've got. I think
performance.
it's Chelsea this weekend, isn't it?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, Chelsea Villa. That'd be interesting.
Grealish didn't have that good a game.
City know exactly what they're doing with Grealish. They shut him out completely and
Yes.
isolated him from the rest of his team. So
It's big games like this that
it's
Jack
up
Grealish
to
needs
Jack
to
Grealish
turn up. Yeah.
for him to work out a way to stop people from isolating him so much from his team. And maybe if he could be, I'm not saying he's a selfish player, but maybe if he could spend less time on the ball when he's got it, then maybe that might be for the best.
Yeah, totally
Yeah.
agree. But obviously, that's 3 consecutive League Cups now for Man City. The League Cup's kind of got boring now. City win it every year. It's kind of the Man City Cup. So there's that. They just win it every year. Bit boring. We'll go on to the Premier League. Probably the biggest shocking result in the world football this week was, of course, Liverpool.
Watford 3.
Not only losing their unbeaten run, but losing it in disastrous style by losing to Watford 3-0. That's didn't score.
I put it out on Twitter. I said I always thought Watford were going to win that because.
And I gave
Watford,
you hate for that.
Yeah.
Because no one
but
thinks
honestly, I even said it last week when we were all sat around the table and everyone was like, "Oh, I don't know if it." And I went, "Mate, I think Watford are going to nick points." And Jacob was like, "No, I don't think we will." And you was like, "Nah, they won't." And mate, honestly, I do think they did think they would nick points.
They played very well. That's not.
They played very well.
Obviously,
Good high
Liverpool
tempo,
played
sort
poorly.
of passing style football. It was good.
And Saar was
Lovely on the eye.
Absolutely. Liverpool lost to Atletico, lost to Chelsea in the Cup, which we'll go on to. Also lost to Watford, which we're talking about now. Bit of a poor run of form. Obviously, they're still with the Premier League. No one's just doubting that. But Champions League place in doubt. Can't win the treble because FA Cup is out of their reach now because they got knocked out. So
yeah.
But yeah, this was a big performance from Watford. And of course, they're 19th. Nigel Pearson. I don't think anybody kind of guessed Nigel Pearson would be the man that broke Liverpool down in the Premier League.
I don't think they would.
But even you who think they took points off, you must have still been shocked by the 3-0.
Yeah,
that's quite
3-0.
a
I
big...
methat's a lot. That's a lot. But
that's
Watford had more at stake than what Liverpool do. Liverpool have already won the title. They've basically wrapped it up.
Yeah.
Watford are fighting for their lives. They were always going to have more in it.
Is this point in the season where teams lower down have more fighting for, want to stay in the Premier League for, obviously, because you want to stay in the Premier League and money reasons. So you're going to play better football just naturally. Okie dokie, what are you doing? Moving on to Norwich beating Leicester. Good week for Max here. It was down anyway.
Okay, that's good.
We're not on the phone to anyone.
Yeah, I know, but they could probably hear us.
Good. listen to our in-depth analysis. Anyway,
Yeah.
good week for Max because Wolves won, West Brom, Aston Villa and Leicester all lost
Yep.
in respective
that was
matches.
fucking
Leicester
brilliant week.
lost to Norwich on the Friday. Another shocking result.
I wouldn't say so. I think Leicester have been poor. I knew they would be poor because that's what Leicester are best at. They're really good when they get a new manager. Then about a year and they just drop off a cliff. They're the most overrated side in the history of football.
That is a big statement.
They are. Them and Real Madrid. Yeah.
Okay. Tottenham 2, Wolves 3.
Yeah, good game. Came back a lot of times. Obviously, Jimmy with the goal. Right at the very end, 84th minute.
It's games like that convince me Wolves might get top Champions League this year. I don't think they will, but it's games like that you need to be winning, and especially when you were, was it 1-0 and then 2-1 down?
Yeah.
So to come back, especially away from home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which is so big, against the Mourinho side as well.
Yeah.
Really impressive.
By the way, have lost 4 of their last 4 fixtures.
Yes.
It's the first time that's happened to Mourinho in his managerial career.
Yes.
Might add.
Yes. We'll finally talk about. We've talked Bournemouth, Chelsea, Everton 1, Man United 1. Now Chelsea dropped points. Leicester lost. So this was an opportunity for Manchester United. Just lifting this up. I don't know why. It was a chance for United to capitalise. And again, I think this is like the 7th time this season or 8th time that Manchester United have not capitalised on other teams dropping points.
And there was a very, very lucky. You got fucking get out of jail free card, didn't you?
Well, we'll come on to that in the con-VAR-sation.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot.
I'm sure we'll finally talk a bit about the FA Cup. We need to wrap this up a little bit.
Yeah, we do. We've got like 10 minutes.
I'll just read the results and then we can talk about ones we want to. Portsmouth 0, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 2, Liverpool 0, Reading 1, Sheffield United 2 after extra time, West Brom 2, Newcastle 3, Leicester 1, Birmingham 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Man City 1, and Tottenham 1, Norwich 1, 3-2 on penalties to Norwich. So, shock results there. Probably Norwich. There was, to be fair, you'd expect Leicester to beat Birmingham by more than that, especially at the King Power. Expect Man City to beat Sheffield Wednesday more than that. So,
yeah. Sheffield put up a good fight. Obviously, they're in a bit of a disastrous run at the minute.
Keeper should have done better for the Aguero goal.
Lost 5 of their last 6. Yeah, but I've no idea why Monk's done it, but he's dropped key players like Hutchinson and Westwood from the side.
I've been a big fan of Gary Monk, to be perfectly honest with you. I think he's
I
a good
personally
manager.
haven't, because I don't know what he's done to that Sheffield Wednesday side.
Yeah,
but
he's
they
kind
do
of
not look the same as they did under Bruce.
Anyway, let's talk about the draw as well. I think it's good to link in. Newcastle have drew Man City. Norwich have drew the winners of tonight's game between Derby and Man United. Sheffield United were playing Arsenal and Leicester will be playing Chelsea. So, any results or draws you want to talk about in particular? Obviously, no Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Yeah, good thing too. I mean,
focus more. Yeah. Who did you get knocked out doing? Oh, it was us.
Yeah, it was you.
Of course it was.
Ha ha.
So,
Ha.
you'd expect Man United to beat Derby tonight. That's probably famous last words, but lowest ranked team, all Premier League teams, bar Derby, if they get through.
Barbie.
Yes. So,
yeah, the FA Cup hasn't been the same since.
Yeah, there's not
Sutton
really been
United
a big team running like a Newport or a Bradford or something, or a Salford or a Lincoln, who kind of like over the past years have beaten the big teams. Not this season. It's kind of lost its magic a little bit, I'm afraid. I don't know why, it just has. Maybe they need to think about something else regarding that. I don't know. Obviously, FA Cup replays is a debate we will get into now, but there's debates around whether they should scrap it or just do different stuff or what. But yeah. Anyway, we're moving on to the con-VAR-sation.
Script?
Let's have a con-VAR-sation. What?
What about the OOV script?
OOV.
Yeah, for television.
Yeah.
What about it?
Why are you bringing that up?
What
I'm
is
just
it?
gonna no conversation. So you were referring to the Sigurdsson when he was.
I think it's
There we go.
absolutely fair because he was in the goalkeeper's eye line. De Gea, you can see De Gea was distracted by him.
So if you know what we're talking about, Calvert-Lewin had the shot. Sigurdsson was on the floor because he fell over and something. He was in an offside position, but he moved away from the ball so he didn't touch it. But De Gea let it in, and the VAR gave it as a disallowed goal because they thought Sigurdsson, who was on the floor, was in the way and involved with play, blocking David De Gea's view. This was a very contentious one.
He was.
Yes,
He
I
wasn't
agree.
blocking his view. He's in his line of
Yes.
sight.
Yes,
And
that's
that,
different.
for me, yeah, as a goalkeeper, that I've had it. I've only ever played six side, but I've had it where a bloke's been in front of me, and I said to the ref, "Look, he's in my line of sight. I can't do anything." The ref didn't give the goal. Obviously, I then had a bold 40-year-old squaring up to me saying that I'm a prick, but that's just what happens.
You
down
don't
the
get that
six-side
in the
leagues.
Premier League. Yeah,
Yeah,
you do.
exactly.
But
Unless
you
you're
get Eric
playing
Dyer
Aaron
climbing the
Wilbraham.
stands instead. But yeah, that was right decision overall. It's one of them ones that it's in the law. You have to give it, but it's one of them ones that you debate why it's in the law.
Yeah.
Everton fans obviously going to disagree with it. United fans obviously going to agree with it. Rival fans of Everton going to agree with it.
Yeah.
Rival fans of United are going to disagree with it. That's the thing. It's biased. Even when you try and take a neutral standpoint, there's always a bit biased.
Yeah.
I couldn't have much more about con-VAR-sation. There was one moment in the United game where it was given as a Fred handball where it clearly hit his knee. It was resulting in a free kick, which of course with Sigurdsson in the opposition is quite dangerous, especially from let's say 30 odd yards out, which it was.
Yeah.
It didn't go in, obviously. I think it just skimmed or good save from De Gea, I think it was in the end. Or it might hit the post actually. But the ball came up, hit Fred in the knee, they gave handball. Do you think they look at stuff like that? Because it didn't result in a penalty, it resulted in a free kick. And it was there was no doubting it. The hand was nowhere near, it was the knee.
Yeah.
And the ref was quite near as well. The ref had it was a bold job from him, I'm afraid. The ref bottled it on a few occasions, as Troy Deeney would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ryan Fraser's eyes when he bulged out his head. Anyway, yeah. So
the ref bottled it on a few occasions.
So right decision and wrong decision. Was there any other big VAR moments this week? Of course, the
well,
Lo Celso.
can I just say what I
couple
think
weeks
of
ago.
VAR?
Don't. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Why'd you turn my mic down? Why'd you turn my mic down?
It was an accident.
Do you want to tell the audience what I did?
He stood up and then sat back down. So
Fired into the
moving.
mic.
Yes.
Which is backfired massively because I'm now sitting in the smell of my own fart.
And talking into it as well.
I'm talking into it as well.
Right. Let's move on to the very large
Imagine
question.
if you farted and you gave out diseases with your fart. That'd be disgusting.
No one will go near you.
Yeah, I'll be the worst for it.
Let's go to the big question.
Right.
Which this week...
Do you want to do the jingle for the big question?
The
big question!
I'm actually thinking of adding jingles. I might try it. I might find different stuff and add...
Yeah.
Not that. But we talked earlier about the
Mate, we need
Premier League.
to get that as a soundbite and have that as a jingle.
No, we don't.
We really do.
We're not doing that.
That'd be such a meme.
If someone out there likes making jingles, go for it.
God tier meme.
But, big question. Who should be inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame? We mentioned it earlier in the news. It's
I'd say Brian Giggs.
right.
Probably.
Okay.
Brian Giggs.
Seriousness, because this is a big topic.
Yeah, Ryan Giggs.
Okay.
I've just said Ryan Giggs, Peter
Right.
Schmeichel,
Okay.
Neville Southall.
Let's talk. Right. We discussed that we
Bruce
don't think
Grobbelaar.
people like. This needs to be elite people. This is people that you talk about the Premier League, and they are the Premier League. You almost think, oh, them players played in the Premier
Who's the
League.
first person you think of when you hear the words Premier League?
I saw. That's a tough one, isn't it? Because obviously, without doubt, Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger should be in there.
Yeah.
Without doubt.
Yeah.
So I think they deserve to be in there. I don't think anyone will question that. I think two big, cover stars, staple mates of this and pillars. I think I've seen Ryan Giggs and Thierry Henry.
Yeah,
Both
Ryan
of them
Giggs is a
deserve
player
to be
I
in.
think about when they say Premier League.
Definitely Ryan Giggs should be in there. Alan Shearer, top goal scorer.
But why not? Why not have a player from each club?
What, only one?
Well,
no, because...
for each season.
What, so one player from each season?
One
Goes
player
into the
from
Premier
each
League?
club every season. So, say Brighton go down this season, they don't get a player next season.
Because they're in the
added in.
Championship.
Yeah.
But teams that got promoted
But
do.
the team that got promoted do. But if the team get relegated then, they don't get one. But if they stay up, they get one. But if they get relegated in a couple of years, they don't get it anymore.
So what you're saying is, say Watford were mid-table. They finished mid-table.
Yeah.
They get someone from their team would get inducted into the Hall
Someone
of Fame.
from
Say
any former
Sarr.
any former Premier League team that any
so-
former Premier League Watford Premier League
So a
team.
former Watford player could go in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they would have had to play in the Premier League.
Yes.
So Lloyd Doyley can go in there.
That's a it's a good idea. I just think then you get 17 people each year, and
Yeah.
that's not. I think we don't, because then it would just fill up, and as it fills up, the prestige of it loses. I'll go back to my previous point.
Yeah, I was thinking that while I was saying it, but I was like, it's not a bad
I think
shout.
just players you are associated with the player. Alan Shearer, top goal scorer, in. Giggs, second most appearances, loads of assists, in.
Gary Lineker. I'm only joking.
See, it's they're the ones that debate. Henri in, Ferguson in, Wenger in.
Wenger in. That's the first time anyone's said that, mate. Fucking hell.
True. But obviously, I don't know how frequent they're going to be inducted. Maybe there'll be 2 a year. I don't know. The first 2 I do believe will be Henri and Giggs. I think they're the 2 that you'd think. But this is a point, because where we're at now, because he's still playing in the Premier League, would you put the likes of Aguero in there? Because
Yeah, obviously. I mean, he's
I think
got
I
the most
would.
Premier League hat-tricks.
Say you switch Henri and Aguero has been and gone, Henri's still playing.
Yeah.
You put Aguero in and you
Yeah.
kind of think a little bit, because he's still playing Henri. But because it's the other way, it's a tough one, but I think he does deserve to be in there, Sergio, because of what Man City have done
Yeah,
this
of course, yeah.
Centurions and all of that. So there's other ones, but it's people like Gary Neville that you kind of expect to be put in, but I don't think he necessarily deserves it. In terms of, okay, we'll go through each position and say maybe 1, 2 to end the podcast with. Just a couple of. So let's start with goalkeepers. You said Peter Schmeichel. I totally agree with that. I think he's probably the best Premier League goalkeeper that's ever been.
Yeah.
So I think he deserves to be in there. Why are you recording? Gonna throw this. No, I'll break it. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
That's going on the Twitter. No. Anyway, you've lost my train of thought now. Oh, yes, Peter Schmeichel, who deserves to be in, definitely. Any other goalkeepers you would instantly put in? Petr Cech. Would you say he deserves to be in?
Thibaut Courtois.
That's not serious. Is that? I just know.
No, but honestly, I'll put in Petr Cech.
Would I put? See, again, Van der Sar is. I wouldn't put him in instantly. Whether you put him in later. De Gea, I don't think will go in.
No, De Gea wouldn't go in.
I don't think De Gea would. There's not many goalkeepers. We move on to defenders. I think the first defender that comes to mind, John Terry. I think he'll be in there. Will Rio Ferdinand be in there? Probably. Vidic will probably be in there. Van Dijk when he leaves. Whether retires or leaves the Premier League, will definitely be in there. Of course, another name we haven't really talked about, could Tony Adams be in there? He's a really good player for Arsenal.
Sol Campbell.
Yeah.
Sol Bamba.
You look at different
Adel Taarabt.
teams. You look at the Arsenal Invincibles.
Yeah.
A lot of people from there. Other names. This is any position now. Wayne Rooney, I think.
Wayne Rooney has to be in there.
Without doubt, has to be in there. So who would be, because they're announcing the first 2 names, you said Ryan Giggs. Who would be the other one? Would you go Henri, or would you induct those 2 as the first 2? Because the first 2 are always going to be the first 2, and they're going to be like, they're the first 2 Hall of Famers of the Premier League. That's a big thing. So do you think Ryan Giggs, who else do you think partners Ryan Giggs as the first inductees into the Hall of Fame?
Thierry Henry and Paul Scholes.
So you're going
Or
against
Frank
Ryan
Lampard.
Giggs, obviously. I saw a lot of people also saying that you have to induct Premier League winners. You have to win the Premier League to be in the Hall of Fame.
Nah, but then
That's
Gerrard.
hard. That's really hard on Gerrard, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Gerrard probably would be the only exception to that, but still, because the Premier League Hall of Fame is individual. It's not a team.
Yeah.
While Gerrard was fantastic for the number of years he was at Liverpool, so he definitely does deserve to be in that
Yeah,
team.
he does.
100%. So we'll just wrap it up. Leave in the comments and come to me, to my house, and knock on the door.
What the fuck are you talking about? We've just chatted shit this entire podcast. I promise there'll be more structure to the next one.
No, they like it, I think. Right. Okay. What are you doing?
Do they like it?
Yes.
Do they like it?
Yes.
Do they like it?
Yes.
Do they like it?
No. But no, they like it. They love it. They don't have to leave a like for them
fuck,
to like
we only
it.
got 7 views on the last one. That's a view a day, isn't it? Really?
Don't play it. That's going to mess with the... I'm going to speak over it. Anyway, so thank you. Please leave in the description/comments your picks and tweet us at Delayed Kickoff whether, who I should say, you think should be in the Premier League Hall of Fame. Maybe we haven't mentioned them. Maybe we haven't. So, also... Do you want to promote anything? Your Twitter, your Instagram?
At Max Masavo on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat.
Oh, Snapchat. He's gone to Snapchat. At Charlie Griffo1 on Twitter and at Charlie Griffo. No, Charlie_Griffo. Yes, on Instagram.
Mic drop.
Don't. So yeah, this podcast will be available on YouTube and Spotify. So you can type Delay Kickoff in on YouTube and get it up. Obviously subscribe. And or maybe if you want
Can you
both.
hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Testing.
Testing is complete. So lucky we didn't go in there. So yeah, we
Hey, that's still booked under my name. Bitch.
flipping
Hope you
out.
didn't hear that. Fucking hell.
Yeah, we're playing through.
Fuck off.
Anyway, so this outro has been a long one. So we will be over the next few weeks. We'll be playing. I know we'll be playing. There'll be a tier list of the greatest youngsters, world youngsters. We tiered them.
Yeah.
There'll also be Desert Island kicks.
I thought it was discs.
Well, no. Why would it be discs?
You bring discs to a desert island.
Yeah, but you don't put football on a disc. You put music on a disc. That's where it came from. Basically, it's Desert Island disc, but for football. You take 3 to 4 football matches onto a desert island that you can only watch for the rest of your life. We'll be recording that probably tomorrow, and it'll be uploaded in the near future. We will also be on FM. So if you want to tune in to Nerve FM over 2 weeks, I forgot the date. That's poor. 17th, 29th. I'll go with that. No, 22. Whatever. Is that 2 weeks? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do.
More
Yeah.
or less.
Who cares? This has gone on a bit too long. Anyway, thank you for listening.
Cheers.
Leave
See you later.
anything.
Bye bye.
Goodbye. Do you want us next week?